What are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2005 movie Dominion, Prequel to The Exorcist. So, this movie pretty much follows the exact same story that you got in The Exorcist at the beginning, although there is a lot of differences in this movie. Kind of like how the Snyder Cut was the same way with the 2017 Justice League. It's the same story, but a huge difference between the director's styles and storytelling and stuff. So this one, once again, follows Father Merrin, who after a traumatic experience during World War II has to take some time off from being a priest, and he goes to Africa and doing like archaeology stuff with this church that they had found buried, and is trying to uncover its secrets, and it unleashes evil and stuff. And it kind of sets up like the whole the story with him and the demon from the first movie, which I thought was really awesome. Like it kind of brings everything full circle and everything at the end of this movie. So I did really enjoy that about this movie, and I actually really enjoyed this one quite a bit. It was a lot better than I was expecting. I was kind of worried that it was going to suck and everything, because I thought the last one was okay. It wasn't terrible and everything, but I was like, I don't know what they're going to do with this one, but I hope it's at least better than that one. But it really surprised me. I really enjoyed it. Stellan Skarsgård is back as Father Merrin and everything. He's one of the actors that they kept from both movies, and he's really good in here too. And I noticed some of the other actors that I don't really know their names and stuff that were in the beginning also were in this, but there were other characters from the beginning that were cut out, and new ones kind of took their place. But I liked it and everything, and it doesn't have a lot of the same scenes from the original version, but there are some that are still pretty much the same and stuff. I think they used some of Paul Schrader's scenes, or they just reshot them shot for shot. But I thought that was really cool, though, that this movie is really different compared to the last one, so it doesn't feel like, even though it's the same story, it doesn't feel like you're watching the exact same movie. And the visual effects in this movie are actually pretty good. There is still a little bit of bad CGI with the hyenas. They still have the hyenas in this movie, but they use practical effects, and they actually built like animatronic hyenas and stuff, so most of the time the hyenas don't look terrible, but there are a few parts where they do. But they're still pretty well done, and I felt like, I know the studio didn't want to do this version because they thought it wouldn't be scary enough and stuff, but I actually thought it was pretty creepy, and I just liked the way the story was and everything. And the pacing in here is just a little bit slow. It's not like near as slow as any of the other ones. I think it's actually the best paced movie in the whole franchise. I didn't actually ever feel really bored or anything with this movie. Like all the other ones have moments where I kind of just wish I could skip them a little bit. But this one didn't do that. I actually was into it through the whole movie, and I really was impressed with this one. And it really surprised me how much I enjoyed it. And the kid that gets possessed in this movie, I'm not sure the actor's name, but the actor who played him was pretty good and everything, and he was really creepy when he became the demon. And I like they don't use the Pazuzu name and stuff. They just say that, just call it a demon and stuff, kind of like in the first Exorcist. They don't name it and stuff. It doesn't really have any references to Exorcist 2 and stuff. It pretty much ignores it, thank God. But I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a lot better than most people say it is. I don't know anybody that really liked any of the the movies after the first one, except for the third and everything, and this one never gets talked about. I know people have told me how bad the beginning was, but I've never really heard anything about this one, so I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was a really good movie and a pretty good prequel. Now, I'm not like a huge fan of prequels because most of the time they feel pointless, and to an extent this one is like all other prequels. It's pointless and gives you explanation and stuff that you don't really need to know, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was executed really well, and Paul Schrader did a good job directing this movie. My biggest complaint on the movie is the score is not very good. They keep a little bit of the score from the beginning, but most of it had to be redone, and they had 3 different composers who didn't mix well together. So that's really my biggest complaint, was the score wasn't really great and everything, but the cinematography was really good. The same guy who did the cinematography for the last one, which was one of the highlights of the beginning, did the cinematography for this one, and it was really good. And I just enjoyed this movie quite a bit, so I'd say I'd give Dominion Prequel to The Exorcist a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie, kind of underrated. I didn't expect to enjoy it near as much as I did. Is it near as good as the first movie? Definitely not, but it is a worthy prequel and one of the better horror prequels out there. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.